Welcome to Under the Hood Sports. I'm your host with the most, Johnny Hill. Hey, man, say, man, I'm here with my brother, my dog, Teron Finley, man. Teron, my light-skinned brother, bro. Hey, how you feeling today, bro?
Feeling good, bro. I'm ready to talk about some breaking news, Johnny. You
Some
usually like
tragic news.
breaking news like
Some
this.
news that me and you, Kevin, make on 2K. They wouldn't
Man,
even accept this trade in 2K. Luka Dončić traded for Anthony Davis. How do you feel right now, man?
all right, Johnny, before I say how I feel, we just got to go back to, I think the trade dropped a little before 12, something like that.
It's a little
So
before
I
12.
want to know, Johnny, you go to sleep early. We know this. We know you got to work, and you just always have been a person that just, you'll cut your phone off after a certain amount
Old
of.
soul, man. Old soul.
So, Johnny, I gotta know, where were you when this trade dropped? What was your first reaction to it? Did
Okay,
you find out about this trade in the morning or the night of?
let me tell you something. I found about this trade at 3 in the morning. I was asleep. I woke up. I looked at my phone. I saw Kevin Durant's face. Talk about Luka Dončić got traded. I said, this is fake. But then when you really go deep dive into it, it is real. And that is something that I really didn't expect, Teron. And before I go in deep, where were you at when this happened?
So it's crazy how so we played the Syracuse basketball team played yesterday. So I went out with some friends. We went to a bar. And it's crazy because I didn't get the news from my phone. I don't have like my notifications on after a certain time at night, to try to go to sleep early, even though it doesn't always happen that way. But somebody actually, a random, like this is how friendships are made in bars and settings like that, where you don't even have to know the person, but if breaking news comes along their screen, Sports Center notification, Twitter notification, people just bond. So I don't even know the guy's name, anything like that. Probably in his 20s, college kid, just tapped me, was like, "Did you see the trade?" Telling me and my friends. And he showed me the trade, and I'm like, okay, I know this isn't real. This you got it off a fake source, NBA Central, butt crack sports, something like that. I'm thinking
Something.
and then he shows me it's Sham Sharania. So I'm
That's
looking
how
it up,
you know it's valid.
but I'm thinking he got hacked because I'm like, it's no way you trade a 25-year-old Luka Doncic, no matter what shape he's in. And then as soon as I turn to the next TV, you see it on TV. So I'm like, okay, this is legit. So that's how I learned about the news, Johnny. It was a crazy night to say the least.
Man, it really was. And the thing about it, Teron, never in NBA history have we seen a 25-year-old in his prime, get traded. AD is by far not a scrub. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer. But AD is 31. You don't see a 25-year-old on his prime MVP candidate led his team to the finals last year get traded in his prime ever. And that was the thing that most shocked me. And you know what's funny?
What's
LeBron
that?
said he had no clue about any of this.
He's lying. Le Cap,
Le Cap,
the liar.
Le, Le Liar. Hey, one thing about LeBron's gonna lie now. He is lying, man. Because how funny is this? Anthony Davis got traded, and he's on the same team with Kyrie, another man who knows how to feel to play with LeBron and be around LeBron. But Teron, is this more on an indictment of Luka or the Mavs?
That's a great question, Johnny. I think it's the Mavericks. I think it was malpractice. I think and this is a thing. I don't like calling for people's jobs, but Nico Harrison should be on the hot seat for this. Just because
Oh, his seat's on fire right now. Because did you? Oh man,
It's
Jason
Johnny.
Kidd said he didn't know nothing about this. I'm thinking, who
If,
knew?
if you looked at the press conference, Jason Kidd did not know anything about this. His facial expression says it all. And this is why I said that Nico Harrison should be on the hot seat. He has made phenomenal moves. He got PJ Washington, he got Daniel Gatford last year at the around the trade deadline. These were moves that were looked like as it couldn't get them over the top. And they turned out to be really good moves. Then, you're just able to keep moving. Quentin Grimes, who they acquired this offseason. They got Kyrie a few years back. And it seems like he's really happy in Dallas. So the fact that Dallas was able to kind of make a home for these players and they have been a good fit, not only culturally, but also just fitting in the team in general. But you can't forget about who led you there, Johnny. And I'm
That's
talking
the thing.
about Luka.
And nothing against these men. And I'm a Kyrie. I love Kyrie. But Kyrie have never led no team to the finals. Anthony Davis have never led no team to the finals. So immediately, when AD comes into the room, Kyrie comes into the room, who team is it?
I think it has to be Kyrie. He's been there longer. AD, he has a lot of injury concerns, which is not only you mentioned age earlier, but AD always down, as some people like to call
Always down.
him. So,
Unavailable.
so he did have a great season last year. Started the season off really good as well. But how long is he going to hold up, like we said, with his injury concerns, also with his age? And the same thing with Kyrie. Not only is he getting up there in age, he was the number one pick in the 2011 draft, which is over, 10 years ago now. But how long until he says, I want to trade? Because yes, Dallas was a good fit for him when he had Luka playing alongside him, but it's only going to be so long until maybe he asks for another trade or Anthony Davis. So to me, they're just asking for this to blow up. I think this situation is going to
They're trying
look,
to rebuild. They got
yeah,
because I know people are saying they're trying to win now, but I just don't see what are you going to win now, right now in the West. In the West, like what right now with Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving led team, PJ Washington, like what Derek Lively, he's a phenomenal talent. I really do like Derek Lively, especially coming off last year. But this by far is not no championship team on
right.
any type of level. They're a playoff team, but by far, Kyrie's not in his prime. To me, AD's not even in his prime, despite him still being a great player. These guys are not in their prime. They're on the downside. So is this an indictment on Luka too? I feel because you he only played 22 games, Teron. We in the past, his body has been an issue,
To say the least.
to say the least. We all seen that clip of them taking the beer out of his hand after the game. So is there other things behind the scenes? There's some other stuff happening because you do not just trade a generational talent like this. He just dropped 70 over 70 points last year.
Right.
You don't trade that talent for a guy who's on the downside of his career. Nobody in the NBA thought this would have happened. Nobody.
And I think I agree with you 100%, Johnny. I think that it could be on Luka as well, but I still don't think, you know, you
You
can
trade
really
him.
argue this like that even with Luka's concerns, he still has recently shown he can carry his team to the finals single-handedly, not to disrespect Kyrie, but Kyrie at this point is a 1B. Anthony Davis at this point is a 1B type of player. They're good players that can be
But
the number one option, but not consistently. And Johnny, that's why I think they're really trying to build the team around LeBron's sidekicks. Like, you can't have you ever seen a movie where the sidekicks
The
led
side
the
character. The side characters.
yeah, like
And I
imagine if
love Kai.
Robin had its own movie, man. You can't build a movie around two Robins
But think about this, man. The stories that they're telling in that locker room with AD and Kyrie
about LeBron.
about Brian. Brian, it's just hilarious to me. He said he had no clue. Come on, man. He honestly had a clue. And the thing about it, the Lakers got no big after this. So they got zero bigs. Like this trade is good for them with the guards, right? Luka, you're good for the guards for the next 10 years. But who you got at the 4 and the 5? The
Right.
3. You feel me? LeBron, no, LeBron is 40. Right? If I'm not mistaken, he is 40, right?
Yeah.
He's 40 years old. So are they going into rebuilding right now, the Lakers? Because I'm thinking this. They're about to rebuild around Luka. This is obviously how it's looking. They found the successor to LeBron, and that's Luka. And man, how big is that for the international audience and him to be in LA? That's huge. Huge. I never thought that would happen, man. And I'm shocked that we are witnessing this. We're gonna see where this season ends up though.
Right. Johnny, I agree with everything you said. And the word you said is they're they're really good. They're really set up for the future with the guards, but they can't guard. So that's going to be the biggest problem.
Austin Reeves?
Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron
Dalton
at 40
Connect.
years old.
Dalton Connect.
They did get Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah.
So he looks
But
pretty good
he's a
last
little
night.
older though.
He is getting older. But he has played with Luka as well, so that chemistry is going to help too. But this is why I don't think this is the final move for the Lakers.
Can't be.
They didn't give. You see that they didn't give up a lot in this trade, so they won no matter what. But those pieces that they didn't give up can still be moved. Maybe an Austin Reeves package. Maybe some of their first round picks in the late 2030s, because at this point they're going all in for not only right now but the future. And Johnny, I think rather than a rebuild, this is more of a retool, because if we look at the betting odds, the Lakers have shot up to be one of the favorites. And yes, Oklahoma City is one of the best teams in the league right now, but outside of that, there's a clear fall off. Memphis,
it is.
And Houston are trying to be the first, fighting for the second seed, but they're still very young, and we have to see if Ja's going to be fully healthy. And I still have questions about the Rockets, just trying to figure out if they have too many guys for so few rotation spots, because they have a lot of good young talent, but none of them have been to the playoffs at this point in their career. So I think that the Lakers can honestly, if they acquire a big, I see names like Robert Williams, who another one that doesn't stay healthy. But
what's he? No.
What you gonna say?
I said, man, Robert. Well, one thing about it, Robert Williams, very athletic, very good at really defending the rim. He's a good rim protector. I like his game, but very injury prone. He really fell off to me after he really haven't been with the Celtics. So he still is young though. He still is young. So that would be a real good fit, especially on the defensive end with the bigs. I like Robert. He like 6'9", I would say 6'9", around that height.
Probably bigger. He probably like 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah. So he's a good height and very athletic. I like Robert Williams. That'd be a good trade. But like, what type of, you know what? We're about to close this down. How about this, Teron? Me and you, let's build around Luka. Let's build around Luka. And let's figure out the Lakers, man, ourselves. We, by the trade deadline, we're going to fix the Lakers. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
A couple names?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can figure out like a couple of names, like teams, couple of packages that we will do to
Okay.
fix this thing. Because right now they set up to succeed, but let's see how we can fix it. Let's see who we will trade. Okay. Keep it right here on Under the Hood Sports. We were just talking our talk, me and Teron Finley, and we are out of here.